Hey everybody, I'm John Rimmer. This is Lori. She's a member here at the TR. She's going to help us demonstrate our mobility drill today. Now, the drill we're going to show you today is designed to help your clients that have some kind of restriction in the upper body that forces a forward flexion issue in the upper torso. Whether it may come from thoracic immobility that causes flexion, whether it comes from forward movement at the glenohumeral joint, whether it's from protracted scapula, it doesn't really matter. As you know, as you're well aware, you have a lot of clients. You're going to come across a lot of clients that have that forward shoulder issue that's going to make correct functional movement difficult. So we need to improve the mobility in that area so they can retract everywhere it's supposed to go. Now, if you've read my stuff before or if you've seen my stuff before, you know I'm big on the motor control aspect of mobility. Many flexibility problems are not tissue related. They may or may not be tissue restrictions. So stretching them in the traditional sense may lead to a short-term increase in tissue length. It may make them feel better temporarily, but it may not solve the problem. Some people have motor control issues and they're just not good enough from a neuromuscular standpoint that they can control the range of motion of a joint. So until you improve that coordination aspect of it, you may not solve the problem. Now, one of the best ways to improve motor control issues and neuromuscular issues is to add variable resistance. So what we do is we crack out resistance tubing. Now, the variable resistance involved in tubing is great for our purposes here. It gives the client a bunch of proprioceptive feedback because the resistance changes as they move. And if it's tissue restriction, great, it's going to get mobilized. But more importantly than that, we're going to address the motor control aspect of the move. So we're going to demonstrate the move for us. You're going to get your client into a quadruped position. Make sure hands are under the armpits, knees are under the hips. And you're going to cue your client to just move the hand away from the body. And as she's doing this, what you're watching for is the glenohumeral joint to abduct and for the scapula to retract with absence of movement everywhere else. If you can watch from here, watch that there's no lateral flexion of the spine, watch that there's no leaning of the torso. And another thing to watch for is tension somewhere up in the trap, neck, or face area, or even in the arm area. If you see excessive tension and tightness, that means they're kind of turning it into a strength move. And it's your responsibility as a fitness professional to explain to them that not every exercise is a strength move. You don't need to feel the burn in your arm, your shoulder, or anything like that. Some exercises like this one are just about moving correctly to repattern correct movement. And we know that, we're aware of that, but it's important that you explain it to your clients. And if you see tension up here somewhere, that may be an issue. And another thing with regards to the scapular retraction, don't obsess on the retraction. Some people are so protracted that when they retract, it just returns to neutral. That's fine. You just want some kind of retraction going back to a somewhat neutral position. Okay, now somebody like Lori, if she's good at this and we want to advance and she can do 10 sets, a few sets of 10 on each side, we're going to extend the contralateral leg. So now if Lori's moving her right hand, her left leg is now extended. This is progression 1. Now, again, if she could do a few sets of 10 here, we want to make it a little more challenging. We bring the left leg back in, and we extend the ipsilateral leg, in this case, the right side. Now, the ipsilateral arm and leg combination adds a rotary stability component here that we really like. This makes it more challenging than you might appear. And again, if she can do this without spinal flexion, without torso leaning, without tension up here, then we're going to ask her to go into a push-up position, which now has a strength and stability component as she's abducting at the glenohumeral joint, as she's retracting at the scapula. Now, if she's really advanced, we hand her a valve slide. She does the movement with a valve slide. Now, what the valve slide does is it removes all neural input her hand is getting from the ground, and she's completely relying on proprioceptive information from her upper torso. Okay, so, try out the progressions with yourself and with your clients, and let us know how it worked out. Thanks for watching.